Hello, Cougars fans. Welcome back. Game 2 of today's opening day doubleheader between your Concordia University Chicago Cougars and Lake Forest College. The Cougars will be home in Game 2 here as it gets underway. They were the visitors in Game 1. They dropped the game 5-3. First pitch of the game is a strike, and we are underway in Game 2. Shot foul down the third base line. It's Kate Roberts doing the pitching for the Cougars, senior from Pontiac, Illinois. And that ball is shot foul off the netting over the Lake Forest dugout. There's a chopper to short. Carol Ross is up with it, fires to Haley Howard at first, and that's the first out of the ball game. Around the diamond for the Cougars, we'll start in the outfield. Out and left is Sydney Starrett. Nikita Robbins is in center. And right is Callie Tierney. She makes her first collegiate start, the freshman. On the infield at first base, as we mentioned, is Haley Howard. Over at second, Alexis Hilgert. At short is Carol Ross. At third is Alyssa Contreras. As mentioned, it's Kate Roberts on the mound and freshman Jessica Gang behind the plate. There's a ground ball foul on the third base side, even the count of 1-1. I beg your pardon, it's Tegan Ois at second base, number 22. And that pitch misses just inside. Or I guess it was a strike, 2-2. I didn't see the signal from the umpire. Ball there moves the count full. I believe. There's another shot. This one gets through the hole into left field. Starrett quick to get it in, but that's the game's first base runner, as Lake Forest has a runner aboard with one out here in the first. Batter here is number 8, Haley Boylan. As a designated player and catcher, Boylan was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs in the first game. So she was a major factor, as a stolen base puts a runner in scoring position for Boylan and gives her the chance to knock home her 3rd run of the day. Of course, if you're a Cougars fan, you're hoping that that runner ends up stranded out there. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count moves to 1-2. Josie Klein waits on deck. Klein in the first game 0 for 3. So it may be advantageous here for Roberts to find a way to get Boylan out. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Roberts has her first strikeout of the season. 2 are away here in the top of the first. We're at the Dome in Rosemont, and we have seen the roof be a little bit of a factor a couple of times here today. First pitch to Klein is taken low for a ball. Klein, the center fielder. As mentioned, 0 for 3 in the first game. And another one low there. Mertz retreats back to second base. She thought about going to third, but with 2 outs, it probably makes more sense not to risk making the final out that close to home. That's also low. It's 3-0. Three-0 offering is swung on and ripped down the line. Fielded at third, fires to first. Howard with the scoop. A nice play all around. That ends the top of the first. That ends the first scoring threat of game 2. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Lake Forest nothing. Cougars coming to bat. Back here for the bottom of the first inning, it'll be Nikita Robbins to lead things off for the Cougars, her second time in as many games doing the leadoff duties. 1 for 3 with an RBI in game 1 as she falls behind in the count 0-1. Takes upstairs, 2-1. Hannah Smith is on the bump for the Foresters here in game 2. Smith, a freshman from Riverside, Illinois. That ball is chopped foul. Count moves to 2-2. Ball is popped into the shallow part of the outfield, maybe just the deep part of the infield, and caught by the shortstop for the first out. That'll bring up, I believe, freshman Tegan Ose. And she gets hit, I believe, and I'm going to check on this, she was hit a few times in the first game, at least once. So it'll be her second hit by pitch of her first day of her college career. So definitely memorable. And with a runner on, in steps Becky Perrone. She pinch hit in the first game. She is the designated player for the Cougars. And that ball gets away. Ose takes second, thought about third, pulls up. And with just one out, the Cougars have a runner in scoring position with the middle of their order due up. Perrone last season, a third-team All-American. That, according to National Fast Pitch Coaches Association. She had an RBI in one of her 2 at-bats in the first game. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. Counts at 2-2. Pitch gets away. Gonna move the runner to third. And now, if you're Perrone, you take your 2-strike approach and just try to put the ball in play and put the first run of the game across for the Cougars. They scored first last game as well, in the earlier game 1 on a bunt hit. Well, more of a bunt and nobody was home at first base, so the runner scored all the way from second. Another 2-2 offering. Perrone skies one. It'll miss the ceiling. It will be caught deep at short. Good throw home from the shortstop. Purgatory. And Os unable to even make the attempt to score. And just like that, there are 2 away for the Cougar cleanup hitter, Haley Howard. Howard earlier today in the first game, just 0 for 1 with a walk. She played third in the opener. She is at first now. We saw her with that nice pick in the first inning to get the Cougars to avoid any damage being done. She rips one foul off the netting behind the Cougars dugout. The Cougars in all maroon, helmets included. Lake Forest, black pants, black jerseys. Pitch to Howard is ripped foul, just out ahead of that one. Again, off the netting over the Foresters' third base dugout. Oh, 2 count on Howard here. Runner on third, 2 down. The pitch. Taken upstairs and outside. That's a ball. Count moves to 1-2. And no doubt that Smith on the bump has some pitches to work with here. That ball is popped foul. Diving grab from the Foresters' first baseman, Pelletier. And that'll end the first inning. We move to the second. We are scoreless. Well, as the old adage goes, those who make the nice play in the field to end the inning always seem to find a way to lead off the following half inning. In this case, we have that Cheyenne Pelletier with a nice diving grab in foul territory to end the bottom of the first, leads off the second, and she chops one up the middle. That's going to get through. A leadoff hit for the freshman from Mundelein, Illinois. And for the second inning in a row, the Foresters have a runner on base. That'll bring up Kelly Collins. Collins, the second baseman. did not play in game. Oh, I'm sorry. She did play in game 1. She was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And a chance here to, at the very least, move a runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs. She chops one to third. Contopoulos takes it right to first. Howard with the grab over there. She does advance the runner. So a quality at bat nonetheless for Collins. And the Foresters have a runner on second with only 1 out. Bringing to the plate, Bills. Left-handed hitting sophomore from Lockport, Illinois. She's doing the catching duties this afternoon. Naturally, that means she did not play in game 1. Tough to catch both halves of a doubleheader. So she is just taking the duties in the second game. She's behind in the count 0-2, however. And a big pitch here from Roberts. The 0-2. Chopped foul. Good piece of 2-strike hitting from Bills, just trying to get a bat on the ball and see what can happen. She stays alive, lives to see another day. And another 0-2 offering from Roberts is on the way. Gets the signs from her catcher. She's ready, she fires. That ball is roped into right field. That's down for a hit. There might be a play at the plate. It's cut off by Howard, the first baseman. The first run of the game is across the board. The Foresters take a 1-0 lead on the RBI hit by Bills. Wake Forest moves to the bottom part of their order. That brings up Kylie Kinsella. Playing third base today in the afternoon affair. She was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts in this morning's game. She'll be looking to change that here. And keep the train rolling. She's behind 0-2, however. Pitch looked good. Not quite there, according to the home plate umpire. The count moves to 1-2. Chopped foul, just foul, and just out of the reach of Contopoulos at third base. Once again, the 1-2 offering coming from Roberts. Taken inside. Not a bad pitch when you have a little bit of room to work with. Trying to jam her, perhaps. Nine-hole hitter Purgatory awaits on deck. The pitch. That one gets away. That'll load the count. 3-2, as well as move the runner to scoring position at second base. So now the double play is out of order, at least any conventional double play. And with the full count, you have to think that all efforts here are going to go toward getting the hitter any way possible. That's taken outside. That's ball 4. So a good job by Kinsella to work the count back in her favor. She was down 0-2 and winds up working herself a free pass. And as mentioned, that brings up the shortstop purgatory. The 9-hole hitter for the Foresters here in game 2. She as well went 0 for 2 with a strikeout in game 1. And she swings and misses here. Roberts gets ahead again, 0-1. Roberts, a fifth-year senior. That ball is chopped to third. They're going to get the lead runner. Nice play by shortstop Carol Ross to know what she wanted to do with the ball. With very little hesitation, they get the lead runner, and just like that, the order flips over for Lake Forest, but there are 2 away. It's Elena Chrisman, who is 0 for 1 in the game. One for 3 with a run scored in the first game. 1 for 4 on the day total. Chrisman fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. That ball is skied right off the dome in foul territory, and it's very quickly 0-2, and Roberts a chance here to get out of the inning with the damage minimalized for sure. Just the 1 run across, but there are still 2 runners out there, and they'll be taking off on contact. The 0-2 pitch, low, it's a ball. The catcher Jang came all the way out to near the mound. The runner on second base sort of slipped while working her way back there, and she thought she may have a play. That's swung on and missed, strike 3. That ends the inning. Roberts gets the big strikeout she needed, and the Cougars surrender only 1 run. We go to the bottom of the second. Foresters lead 1-0. Welcome back here, bottom of the second. Just now getting underway as Jessica Jeng steps to the plate and takes a ball 1-0. Foresters scored the first run of the game in the top half of the inning. That's taken low again, 2-0. Fouls one off sharply down the third base line. It's 2-1 now on Jeng. The 2-1 offering from Smith. Taken low and inside, it's 3-1. And the Cougars threatening to put the leadoff runner on base here in the second. And she takes a walk. Jeng is on base for the first time today. She was 0 for 3 in the designated player spot in the first game before she was eventually pinch hit for. She's doing the catching duties here in game 2 and finds herself on base to lead off the inning, which brings up a situation here that was caught, the bunt, excuse me. Kate Roberts is out on the bunt. It was caught. They tried to double Jeng off first base and threw the ball under right field. She skirted all the way to third, and just like that, the bunt goes even better than they could have expected it to. The Cougars have a runner on third and just one out. Carol Ross steps to the plate. A chance here to even the game. Just going to look to put the ball in play and see what happens. Ross had a hit and a walk in the first game, as well as 2 runs scored. So, batting near the bottom of the order, she has found a way to be a catalyst thus far today. She shows bunt. That ball gets away. We're going to have no play at the plate. Jeng slides home safely. It's a 1-1 ball game. The Cougars surrender one in the top half of the inning. They get it right back in the bottom half, and the dugout is loving every bit of it. That is small ball right there. You work the leadoff walk, get her over on a bunt, and then just be opportunistic on the base paths, which she was. Taking third on a wild throw and home on a wild pitch. Freshman showing some great speed. And now we have a meeting at the mound, as I think this is probably more just to calm everybody down, because that leadoff walk came around to score very quick. And I think that the Lake Forest coaching staff just doesn't want this to get away from them too quickly here. Joe Kinsella is the head coach for the Foresters. This is his 16th year at Lake Forest College. He's found a great deal of success there. In his time. That pitch misses low. 2-2 on Ross. Callie Tierney waits on deck for her first college AB. Both her and Ross are California natives. The payoff pitch to Ross, taken upstairs. That's ball 4. 2 walks and 3 batters for the Cougars this inning. They managed to get the first one to come around and score. Can they replicate that here? A nice spot for Perrone to take her first college AB. Pitch is taken outside. Catcher was setting up there the whole way. Oh, called the strike, actually. So catcher gets her spot. Looks as though they're going to work her away again. And they are. The pitch taken for a ball, showed bunt. Ross retreats to first. The count moves to 1-1 on Perrone. As mentioned, a native of California. Perrone, California. And she takes low and away. 3-1. They're continuing to try to work that spot. 2-1 rather. They continue to try to work that spot. They got it on the first pitch. The call has not been there for them on the previous 2. That ball is slapped foul. That moves the count to 2-2. Perrone both bats and throws left-handed. She slaps that one to third. That'll safe. That'll get the runner over, and she'll get on as well. A little bit of an awkward throw to second base. I don't know if the second baseman even had the bag when she caught the ball, but regardless, it looks like Ross beat it. And just like that, there's 2 on, 1 out for Sydney Sterrett. Sterrett 0 for 2 with a walk in the game earlier, but a big chance here with a runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Ump says she got tipped it off. It's 0-1. On the Cougar 9-hole hitter. Top of the order waits on deck. That's Nikita Robbins. The pitch. Puts down a bunt, and it's a good one. They're going to throw to first. They're not going to get her. And the bases are loaded with Cougars. An excellent placed bunt, and followed by a flash of speed from Sterrett. And the bottom of the order does their job. They are all on base. For Nikita Robbins, the center fielder. A big spot here for the Cougar leadoff hitter. An RBI in the first game. Chance for quite a few more right here. She swings and fouls off the first pitch. Aggressive approach. It's 0-1. Smith fires the 0-1, swung on and missed. It is 0-2. With Tegan Ose waiting on deck. Another freshman. And another California native. That ball is skied foul behind the plate. He'll come back down and play, but the count will remain 0-2 on Robbins. The pitch taken low, 1-2. Robbins, a junior from Lafayette, Indiana. Swings and misses, strike 3. Challenged her with a high rise ball. Robbins went after it. Aggressive approach the entire at-bat, trying to push the go-ahead run and potentially more in. That duty now falls to Ose, who takes one up and outside. Bags packed with Cougars, 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Foresters pushed across a run in the first. The Cougars have answered so far here in the second and looking to do more than just that. Ose fouls one off, 1-1. Ose was hit in her only plate appearance today. No official at. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the count moves to 1-2. And now for Hannah Smith. A very big pitch coming up here. A chance to get herself out of some serious trouble. We'll see if the freshman has an answer. The pitch. Lofted, pretty well hit the center, but that'll be caught by the center fielder Klein, and that ends the inning and ends the scoring threat. We move to the third. We're all knotted at 1. Third inning about to be underway here at the Dome at Rosemont. We are all knotted up at 1, the Cougars and the Foresters. The Foresters were the de facto home team in Game 1 at this neutral site doubleheader. The Cougars are the home team in Game 2, and Kate Roberts fires the first pitch of the inning, and it's fouled away by Carly Mertz. And the count moves to 0-1. Both teams scored in their respective halves of the second inning. As we move into the third, that ball is taken low and inside, almost hit her on the foot. And we have a 1-1 count. Roberts' pitch count through the first 2 innings sat at 41. And the pitch smoked, just foul down the left field line. Probably foul by a few feet, but it was very well hit. Roberts now ahead in the count, 1-2. Looking to make quick work of the leadoff hitter this inning. She's dealing with the middle of the order, 2, 3, and 4. And that ball is chopped foul. As mentioned, the 3-hitter Haley Boylan was the main catalyst on offense for the Foresters in their win earlier today, going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. So accounted for 4 of their 5 runs. The 1-2, skied, foul, and out of play, though Tierney gave a good run for it from second base. Or I'm sorry, Ose from second base. Tierney from right field. Ball stuck in the net. A little bit of a delay. Roberts has a fresh one, though, and she's ready again to deal the 1-2. Gets a sign from her catcher. Into the windup, she fires. Taken just high. Maybe a bit outside. Very good spot for a 1-2 pitch. And Roberts will try again here to retire Mertz. A pitch. Taken just low this time, just below the knees. Count runs full with the payoff pitch upcoming. Both dugouts very active all day. Excited to have softball back. And she smokes one, and that'll get into the gap in left center field and up to the wall. Sterrett retrieves and throws to second, but Mertz is in with a leadoff double. And that brings up Boylan, who has been the biggest offensive threat so far today for the Foresters, though she is 0 for 1 in this game. So Roberts found her number the first time with a strikeout. And before we get to meeting number 2 between Roberts and Boylan, there will be a meeting on the mound. Head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher wants to talk things over with her infield. The outfielders meet as well. Foresters have put the leadoff runner at second base with the heart of their order coming up. Boylan, the designated player. A senior from Lowell, Indiana. A year ago, she had 3 hits and 3 runs in a game on March 4th against these Cougars, nearly a year to the date. And now she has a runner at third with nobody out and is heading the count 1-0. Roberts fires, taken outside, that'll be 2-0. So Boylan, no stranger to Cougar pitching. These teams met here in this spot for the opener last year. She had a big day then, looking for a big day now. Takes low and away, it's 3-0. You wonder if Roberts will give her anything to hit here, or if she will just elect to work with Josie Klein, who stands in the on-deck circle. And that pitch is outside. A 4-pitch walk to Boylan to bring up fellow senior Josie Klein. Klein today is 0 for 1 with a ground out. And Roberts would love a ground out here. I'm sure she would trade a run for a couple of outs if the Cougars were able to turn it. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1. Roberts comes set. Wines fires bunted. Foul. 0-2. Klein trying to make something happen. The way the Cougars have so far today when they put bunts down and force the defense to make a play and think quick on their feet. But she's now behind 0-2 and a big chance at a put-away pitch here for Roberts. Line back up the middle. Roberts deflects it. She'll throw to first and take the out. Quick glove to knock that down from Roberts. She fields her position. She'll trade the run for the out. It's 2-1 Foresters with one away here in the third. Quick reaction from Roberts. Off the bat, I thought that was at the very least a second baseman's ball. Thought that might even get into the outfield. Not the greatest vantage point, but that looked to be what could happen. So Roberts gets herself an out. Now still dealing with a runner on second. Works ahead in the count 0-1 here. Cheyenne Pelletier is the batter. She's playing first base in this game. She's listed as a catcher utility player on the Lake Forest roster. Already putting that utility to work here in game 2 of the season. She lines one up the middle on the ground through the hole, right up the middle. The throw to the plate isn't there. The throw back to second isn't there either. A good thought from center fielder Nikita Robbins to throw home and try to get the out. It does allow Pelletier an extra base, however, and it is 3-1 Lake Forest here in the third, still just one out. Kelly Collins steps to the plate. She is 0 for 1 today, the Forester second baseman, with a ground out. Pitch is taken outside, 1-0. Chopped foul. That'll even count at 1-1. And if you're Roberts here and if you're the Cougars at all, you don't want this game to get any more out of reach. 2 runs is plenty with still 5 at-bats remaining for the Cougars in the game. But it's all about damage control and trying to prevent that big inning. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. And a chance for Roberts here to get the second out of the inning. That's chopped to short. Ross is there, fires to first. That's second out of the inning. Good clean play by Ross on the chopper. And the Foresters have a runner on third with 2 outs for Angela Bills, who has the first RBI of the game, had the first RBI of the game for the Foresters earlier on. And we're going to get a little bit of we're going to get a change here. I believe a new pitcher. Roberts is out. Appears to be freshman Ashley Schroll, number 26, taking over on the bump. We will confirm in a minute, but that looks to be the case, and it is. So Schroll, her college debut, will step away for a second and be right back. All right, we are back here. As mentioned, a pitching change for the Cougars with 2 outs here in the third. Kate Roberts' day is done. She is responsible for the runner on third, so we will get you her final stat line as soon as it's official. And Ashley Schroll, the freshman, is on for her college debut. Asked to work around a runner on third base with 2 outs. She is dealing with Bliss, and she misses outside 1-0. Schroll, a native of Tampa, Florida, attended Steinbrenner High School while down there. First team all-conference as a senior. And a big moment here for the Tampa native. Fires good block by the catcher, Jang. We got a freshman battery working for the Cougars right now. So definitely something exciting to watch and track as the season moves on. We've seen a lot of freshmen so far today for CUC. Chopped to short. Ross is up with it. Fires the first. Schroll's out of the inning. The Foresters do get 2, however. We move to the bottom of the third. Foresters 3, Cougars 1. Bottom of the third inning here in the Dome at Rosemont. It's Becky Perrone leading things off for the Cougars, who will bring their heart of the order to the plate here in the third, trailing by 2. As mentioned, we'd get you the final stat line on Cougar starter Kate Roberts. This Perrone shoots one. I believe that went off the dome because it's rolling in left field and they're calling it foul. On 62 pitches, on 2 2/3 innings, 3 earned, 5 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Roberts in her season debut. She has been relieved by Ashley Schroll, the freshman, and now it is Becky Perrone up to the dish, who's got another one off the top of the dome. This time well in foul territory, though. The count moves to 0-2 very quickly on the Cougar All-American. And Perrone is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That brings to the dish first baseman Haley Howard. Howard is 0 for 1 so far today with a flyout. As she looks to spark a Cougar rally here, still early in the game. Puts down a bunt, and that's ruled a foul by the home plate umpire. It looked like Howard had a chance to beat that had it been called fair. Bills, the catcher, had a good read on it, but Howard was quick out of the batter's box. But now, very quickly, just like Perrone, the count is 0-2. The pitch, fouled off. Howard stays alive. So far today, it's been the bottom of the Cougars' order that has caused any sort of damage. Howard skies this one. It'll avoid the dome, but be caught in the shallow outfield by the second baseman. Called off the right fielder. I would say she had the better read on that ball given the circumstances of this playing field. It can certainly be tough to pick up off of the ceiling of the dome. And just like that, 2 away for Zhang, who takes ball 1. No official at bat for Zhang. She walked in her first AB. And now she is ahead 2-0 here, perhaps on her way to another walk. 3-0 now. So this isn't really a case of the catcher knowing the zone. These pitches haven't been particularly close, and we'll see if she tries to pick one out to hit here or if she is patient and she does take a pitch right down the pipe. It's 3-1 on the freshman catcher. We'll wait and see who waits on deck. And we get there. Zhang draws the walk. This was Kate Roberts' spot in the order. Ashley Sherrill is also listed as an outfielder on the Cougars roster. So I believe she can hit as well. Much like Roberts' dual threat, she steps to the plate. She fouls one off. So a straight swap. The pitcher remains in the batting order for the Cougars. And she chops one to second. Fielded cleanly by the second baseman, Collins. She fires to first. That ends the inning. We go to the 4th. Cougars behind 3-1. Fourth inning here at the Dome at Rosemont. The Cougars behind 3-1. Ashley Schroll on the bump. She relieved Kate Roberts with 2 outs last inning, so this is her first full inning of work of her collegiate career. Working with fellow freshman Jessica Zhang behind the plate. She misses up and outside, ball 1. Cougars could use a clean inning here. Lake Forest has scored runs in the past couple innings, 2 last inning, 1 in the second. And there have been base runners in each of the first 3 innings. So no doubt here Schroll is looking to make quick work of the Forester bats and get her team back in the dugout and the bats back in their hands. She swings and misses at strike 2. She being Kaylee Kinsella, the 8th hole hitter for the Foresters, and she's down on strike. Schroll has her first college strikeout on the bump. Cougars throw it around the horn. She gets a high five from her third baseman, Alyssa Contopoulos. And there's one away in the 4th. Good start to the inning for the Cougars. As Schroll works to the bottom of the order, she now faces the 9-hole hitter, Purgatory, the shortstop, who lines one foul behind the Cougar dugout. 0-1. The 0-1 offering. Pretty much the same result as the first pitch. Very similar foul ball. Maybe a little more toward home than the Cougar dugout. But regardless, the count moves to 0-2. Schroll with the advantage on the 9-hitter Purgatory. The 0-2 pitch. Taken low and inside. Schroll trying to jam her. She doesn't bite on the offering. It's 1-2. Fouled again. Back the other way, similar to the first 2. Jang tries to get the ball down from the net. Umpire says, I've got another one. Let's get this show on the road. As that ball is stuck, even the Cougar coaching staff unable to get it down. Chop to second. Ose is there. She throws the first very quickly. Schroll makes quick work of the bottom of the Foresters' order. It now flips. It was 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out. See if Schroll can't replicate one of those results here to get the Cougars back to hitting. She misses well upstairs on the first offering. It's 1-0. Comes set, into the windup, fires, swing and a miss. She got her to go upstairs and chase that rise ball. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is just outside, it would appear. Count moves to 2-1. A good spot for Schroll there. She did not get the call. And now she works from behind to the count and evens it right back up with a foul ball. It's 2-2. Again, Jang unable to get the ball down from the net. And again, it will be, I assume, Coach G to the rescue for the Cougars to try to get that ball down. 2-2 pitch. Oh, strike three. She gets the call on the inside corner. A nice inning of work from Ashley Schroll. 1, 2, 3 go the Foresters. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1, Cougars trail. Welcome back here, bottom of the fourth inning here at the Dome at Rosemont. Carol Ross leads things off for the Cougars. Walked in her only at-bat today. It is the bottom of the order that generated the lone Cougar run so far today. Ross is the seventh hitter. So they'll be looking to replicate what they did a couple innings ago here in the fourth, and at the very least, chip one off of the two-run lead that the Foresters hold. Ross again ahead in the count 2-0. She's had a watchful eye at the plate all day. She sees one she likes there. She fouls it off. Back behind the Cougar dugout off the netting, and the count moves to 2-1. Ross played second base in the first game. She plays shortstop now. A hit and 2 runs scored earlier, as well as a walk. So she's walked twice today. And she's ahead 3-1 again here. So patient hitter, not chasing. And she takes low, ball 4. The dreaded leadoff walk, as the Cougars have the leadoff runner aboard for freshman Callie Tierney. Tierney is 1 for 1, batting 1,000 in her college career currently. Looking to keep that streak alive here. Shows bunt, takes a ball. Ross thought about running, then thought better of it. Pitch was low and away. And now Hannah Smith on the bump finds herself behind an account for the second straight batter. The pitch to Tierney is low and away in the dirt. It's past the catcher. Ross takes second easily, as Bills had to go retrieve that back behind the plate. And now something really stirring for the Cougars here with a 2-0 count. And that'll miss low and away. They nearly had Ross throwing back behind her at second base as she got back to the base. Wilson Contreras-esque there from Bliss, nearly getting Ross. She was back in safely, however. And we've got a 3-0 count for Tierney, who I imagine will be patient here. And she is, and she takes one just out of the zone. 2 straight walks to lead off the inning, and the Cougars are in business here with Sydney Sterrett coming to the plate. Sterrett is also 1 for 1 on the day. She gets her signs from the third base coach. And you wonder what will happen here if the Cougars will perhaps try to lay one down and move these runners to second and third. She thought about it, took low, as right now I think the top thing for the Cougars has got to be to make Hannah Smith throw strikes. She's walked the first 2 batters on just 9 total pitches, or 10 total pitches, and now is behind 0-1 on Sterrett. And that'll be 0-2, missing again low and away. She's had a tough time finding a zone this inning, particularly missing low and away to both Sterrett and Tierney, left-handed hitting batters. That is also low and away. They try again to throw behind Ross at second, this time not nearly as close as she's back in there without question. And the 3-0 count will prompt a mound visit from Joe Kinsella, who wants to know what's going on out there and probably calm his pitcher down more than anything. Hannah Smith, this is her first collegiate start, the freshman from Riverside, Illinois. And she finds herself in as precarious of a situation as she's been in all day, so probably a good time for a mound visit with her coach and teammates who can calm her down, talk her through this. But regardless, when she goes back to that bump, she'll be faced with a 3-0 count. And I assume Sterrett is taking all the way here until Smith shows she can consistently fire strikes. We will see what happens. The 3-0 offering is on its way. Taken outside, ball 4. The Cougars have loaded the bases courtesy of 3 walks. Just in time for the top of the order, it's Nikita Robbins stepping to the plate. And she can really do some damage here and get the Cougars back in this game, maybe even put them in the driver's seat. They trail 3-1, the bases are loaded. Nobody is out. And that's strike 1. Taken down the plate. Natural to see a batter take the first pitch following a 4-pitch walk. Though I'm sure if Robbins sees that pitch again this at-bat, she'll be all over it. She fouls off the second pitch. Very quickly 0-2. The 0-2 offering. Swung on and hammered down the left field line. Just foul. If that were fair, that was plating at least 2. Would have likely tied the game at 3 and kept the Cougars in business. Instead, just a second early. And we'll have to see if she can straighten that one out. Strike 3, Smith gets Robbins after 3 straight walks. Impressive composure from the freshman. Dealing with the bases loaded, nobody out jam. I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter here as Coach O'Malley Fisher makes her way to the dugout. It looks like Gina Westfall, but don't hold it against me if I'm wrong. But I think it will be Westfall the hit for the freshman Ose, and it is, according to our stats broadcast. Westfall's first at-bat of the season, and it is a big one. And she swings and misses at strike one. Westfall is a sophomore from Elmhurst, Illinois. The middle infielder hits for the second baseman, Ose. I assume she will take that position when the Cougars go back on defense, but let's hope that that doesn't happen for a little while. She takes upstairs, 2-1. Skied foul back behind the dish. And the count now 1-2. Smith, one pitch away from sending her second straight batter down on strikes after loading the bases on walks. She's working quickly here. She's set. She fires. Westfall pops one foul out of play. Smith definitely working with a faster pace since she put the runners on base. I don't know if that was something her coach talked to her about when he came out for the mound visit or just a habit of hers. Westfall swings and misses, strike three. 2 straight strikeouts from Smith. So 5 batters this inning. Not one has put the ball in play. We've had 3 walks and 2 Ks, and now the inning rests on the shoulders of Becky Perrone. And that's who you want at the plate if you're CUC. There's no doubt about that one. 0 for 2 with the strikeout so far, but she can do some damage. She takes inside 1-0. Perrone shoots one to second. Oh, they'll take the force out at second. That'll end the inning. A nice play from Collins. Her entire momentum was taking her towards second. The shortstop, Purgatory, was there to cover, and a great job by Smith to work her way out of the inning. We will go to the 5th. Cougars trail 3-1. Back here for the top of the 5th, and Ashley Schroll is back to work for the Cougars. She has retired all 4 batters she has faced, including a 1-2-3 inning last inning, in this, her collegiate debut. She will deal with the threatening part of the Foresters' order today in this inning. Carly Mertz leads things off. She is 2 for 2 today with a double and a run scored. She also had a hit and a walk in the earlier game, so she's been on base 4 times today. Schroll works quickly ahead of her. 0-2, though. The 0-2 offering. Taken just below the knees. Good plate discipline there. Good eye with 2 strikes. It's 1-2 on Mertz. The pitch, fouled off. Mertz stays alive. The count remains 1-2. pitch. Taken, strike 3. She knew it. Everybody knew it. They'll throw it around the horn. Schroll's got another strikeout. And there's one away in the inning for Haley Boylan, the designated player who is 0 for 1 with a walk today in the second game. Schroll fires. Taken for a strike right down the middle. Schroll works ahead of yet another hitter. And she has made a good habit of that so far, and it has paid dividends. The 0-1 offering. Shot foul, out of play, off the net, well behind the Cougars dugout. And that moves the count to 0-2. Chance for another strikeout for Schroll here. If you're just joining us, grounded foul just past Howard's reach at first base. If you're just joining us, Lake Forest struck first with a run in the second. The Cougars answered in the home half of the second. Lake Forest added 2 more in the top of the third. That is how we are where we are at now. Just last half inning in the bottom half of the fourth, the Cougars loaded the bases with nobody out on 3 walks. 2 strikeouts and a ground out negated the threat, though. And Schroll is again here trying to keep the deficit within reach. Gets another foul ball. The count stays at 0-2. Once again, Schroll shakes off her catcher. I guess we'll have to wait for the offering. They're going to work something out, what she wants, and now time has been called. Boylan steps out of the box and back in. Schroll once again toes the rubber. Her and Jeng now on the same page. She fires home off the knob of the bat. Foul. Boylan didn't do much of a swing there, but just enough to get the knob of the bat on it and stay alive. And we will see what she does with her extra life here. Schroll delivers. Outside, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Shot through the hole. A great piece of 2-strike hitting from Boylan. Goes the other way and finds the hole between second and first. Rolls that one into right field, and the Foresters have a base runner with 1 away. And their cleanup hitter, Josie Klein, steps to the plate. Klein today 0 for 2 with a ribby. Klein had that RBI ground out to starter Kate Roberts in the 3rd inning. One of those here might be an inning-ending double play. But Schroll may have other ideas as she's already ahead, 0-2. The 0-2 offering on the way, taken for strike 3. Right down the middle, not sure what she was looking for, but Schroll's got another strikeout. And there are 2 away here in the top half of the 5th. That brings up Pelletier, who's 2 for 2. So this middle of the Lake Forest order has certainly done their share of damage today. She has an RBI as well as a run scored, so accounting for 2/3 of her team's runs here this afternoon as Jeng fakes a throw behind Boylan at first base. Schroll behind in the count 2-0. That's not something we've seen a lot from her today since she came into the game. Has worked ahead of most hitters. This one is skied foul behind the plate off the dome. And it's 2-1. That's taken for a strike, 2-2, and now Schroll a pitch away from getting herself out of the inning. Though I suppose she was already with 2 outs. But she can do it here with a strikeout. That misses. The throw down to second is late. And Boylan moves into scoring position. Count is full. Here on Pelletier. The payoff pitch, fouled. She stays alive. Cougars dugout pits back up their noise. Foresters dugout answers them. As I mentioned, both lively dugouts today, as you'd expect on opening day. The payoff pitch once more. Jams it on her, and she just floats one out, just out of the reach of a diving Carol Ross. That's going to score Boylan all the way from second, who was running on contact, and that was really just a hit it where they ain't situation. It's a nice pitch by Schroll, got it in on the fists. Pelletier did just enough with it to drop it between Ross and Contopoulos over on that left side of the infield. I should report that that is actually Annabella Archuleta at third base. She subbed in when the inning began. Regardless, Tegan Ose is also back at second base. Gina Westfall had hit for her in the top half of the inning. Or the bottom half, I should say. That ball is lined to right, and it's another hit. Back-to-back hits now for the Foresters, who are once again in business with 2 away here in the 5th. That brings Bliss to the plate, the catcher. Chance to keep the train rolling, and for Schroll, it hasn't been a bad inning by any means. But a chance to minimize the damage for the Cougar freshman. Ahead 0-1. She fires and misses. It's 1-1. Both runners will advance on the pitch that was a little low and out of reach for Jeng. She did attempt to throw the runner down at third, but they both had pretty good jumps, very good reads on the ball. That ball is slapped foul. Count now 1-2. And Schroll is a strike away from striking out the side and getting her team back in the dugout. Outfield is very shallow for the Cougars, as I imagine they're trying to gun down the potential second run. That ball is slapped to third. Archuleta's up with it, fires to Howard at first. That retires the side. The Foresters do get one, however, and we go to the bottom half of the fifth. Foresters lead it 4-1. Swing and a miss for strike one here. We are joining you back here in the bottom of the fifth at the Dome at Rosemont. Haley Howard leads things off for the Cougars, who trail 4-1, nearing the latter part of this game. Hannah Smith continues to work for the Foresters. She has been good in her college debut. Howard fouls that one off. Count moves to 2-2. Howard today is 0 for 2 in game number 2. Takes inside there. The count runs full on the Cougar junior. And another leadoff walk. So the Cougars, who were unable to capitalize on 3 straight walks to start last inning, now have another leadoff batter reach via walk here in the fifth. Jessica Jeng shows bunt, takes a ball. It's 1-0. We'll be interested to see what is going on in that Cougar on deck circle, as Ashley Schroll has now worked 2 1/3 innings. The pitcher's spot is in the batting order, as Kate Roberts initially was the 5-hole hitter for the Cougars in this afternoon affair. We will see. It will tell us a lot about whether or not Schroll will remain in the game on the bump. She has been great in relief for the Cougars so far. Jeng takes a strike. It's 1-2. And the offering. chopped foul. Jeng stays alive. Haley Howard at first. She reached via a leadoff walk. Cougars trailing by 3 here in the 5th, looking to, at the very least, begin to chip away at this lead as they are down to just 9 outs remaining. As that ball gets away, it misses inside. Howard's on second. She'll have to stay there. I'm not sure the home plate umpire would have let her head third if she wanted it. The ball went behind the screen that covers the net. Regardless, Howard is on second. Jang the batter, and Jang takes low. The count runs full. As mentioned, the Cougars had 3 straight batters reach base via walk last inning. Jang skies that one foul and out of play. So Smith, who has been good and who worked around the damage last inning, is prone to walk some batters in the early goings of an inning. The payoff pitch once again coming up here to Jang. Jang skies one. I believe they're going to call that one foul. It went right off the roof. I lost it almost immediately off the bat. And again, the payoff is chopped foul. Jang stays alive again. Really battling here in this at-bat. She gets the signs from her third base coach. And she rips one down the third base line. Foul. The way Howard took off running off of second base. I was thinking that ball may be fair. It looked like it could have gone either way from where I'm standing. Jang with a few very nice pieces of contact in this at-bat. We will see if she can straighten it out and have something to show for it as she fouls one off again. This at-bat is getting to be a battle. And she goes upstairs to get Jang. A nice pitch from Smith. Though it was out of the zone, it was tempting enough. And Smith wins what was a great battle. 1 away for the Cougars now in the 5th. And it appears it is still Ashley Schroll to bat. She chops one towards second. Collins is there. She throws to first. Howard moves to third, but there are now 2 away in the inning for Carol Ross, who is still without an official at-bat in the second game. She's drawn a pair of walks. She was the first, actually, of the 3 walks that led off last inning. I think now she'll be looking for her first hit of the contest to drive in Haley Howard. And Ross does go up there swinging, but swings through that first pitch. It's 0-1. Time is called as Ross goes down to third base to talk to her coach, Coach G. It's an 0-1 count on the sophomore middle infielder, playing short in the second half of today's doubleheader. She takes low. That evens a count at 1-1. We've seen today a lot of patience from Ross. We know she's not going to chase too much out of the zone. And she takes a very close pitch right there as the count moves to 2-1, showing a great eye and understanding for this ump zone. This is their second game with him behind the dish today. As that is strike 2 on the outside corner. Ross didn't want it. She may have thought it was low or outside. Probably could have been both, as that one is not as close. And it's a full count here with the payoff pitch coming up. Howard on third. Cougars trailing by 3. Bottom of the 5th, 2 down. The payoff pitch to Carol Ross is taken upstairs. She's walked for the 3rd time today. On base all 3 at-bats. Carol Ross giving her teammate a chance here. Callie Tierney, who has also reached base twice via a hit and a walk in her first college game. Would love to replicate either of those here, though a hit would put another run on the board for the Cougars. That's strike 1 to Tierney. Ross on first, Howard on third. Cougars trailing by 3. Tierney representing the tying run. She swings through. That's strike 2. Ross takes second. They're going to throw home to try to get Howard. It's going to get away. Howard scores. Ross moves up to third. And the Cougars manufacturing some runs on the base paths, like they've done on a more than one occasion across today's doubleheader. They used their speed and heads-up base running. Howard took off the second she saw that throw go down to second to try to get Ross. Ross takes third on an errant throw back home. And the Cougars pull within 2, and they are not done threatening here yet. Very heads-up base running all around. And the Cougars are proving that if you apply pressure, good things to do. Tierney is facing an 0-2 count here. We'll see if she can shorten up, find something to hit, put in play, and see if she can't get Ross home from third and pull the Cougs within 1. Strike 3. Smith wins the battle of the freshman there. The Cougars get 1 back, however. We go to the 6th. Lake Forest 4, Cougars 2. Sixth inning here in Rosemont as we reach or near the end of this game. Cougars trailing 4-2. They got 1 back in the bottom half of the 5th. Ashley Schroll goes to work again here in the 6th inning. She relieved starter Kate Roberts in the third, worked out of a jam, worked a clean fourth, allowed one in the fifth, and has struck out 4 so far in that time. She looks to keep the Lake Forest Bats at bay again here in the sixth. She starts off with a strike to Kinsella. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Foresters this inning. That's upstairs. 1-1. Kinsella is 0 for 1 with a walk. And is now ahead in the count, 2-1 here. That's taken for strike 2. Schroll a chance here to put away the leadoff hitter. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and blooped. Tough spot for anybody. Archuleta fields it on a hop, but can't field it cleanly enough to make a throw to first in time. That'll be a leadoff, I think, infield single, much like the one last inning that landed between Ross and Archuleta between short and third. That was sort of just a perfectly placed hit where nobody had a really great play on the ball. I believe, though, that went officially. It did go, yes, it did go as a single. That brings up Purgatory, who's 0 for 2. And just an oddly placed single. And we have a 1-1 count now. If you're the Cougars, you hope that eventually one of those weird ones goes your way, and that you're maybe owed 1 or 2 now. As the count moves to 2-1. Schroll now forced to deal with a leadoff runner. We will see how she works around that. It's now 3-1 on the current batter, though. As the Foresters look to add some sort of insurance, the Cougars have just 6 outs remaining to play with. The 3-1 pitch, chopped foul down the third base line. And the payoff will be coming. The payoff pitch. Pop to short. Ross is there. She makes a catch. Has a chance to double up the runner at first. A good throw, but she just there. One away in the inning, though, for the leadoff hitter, Chrisman. Chrisman is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts on the day. We'll see what's going on here. We may be getting a pinch hitter. No, we are not. Maybe a pinch runner, perhaps. Someone is coming into the game in some capacity. And it will be to run. at first base. As Casey Beck, the sophomore, is in to run for Kinsella at first. It will remain Chrisman at the plate, and she takes a ball on the first offering from Schroll. Popped foul, in play. Tierney, or Ose rather, has a chance at it. Can't corral it. Tough play. Tough to catch anything that high hit inside this building. And a tough angle in foul territory, so it is just that, a foul ball and a strike on Chrisman to even the count at 1-1. Schroll's 1-1 pitch is taken down and in, and they got the runner in a rundown. She successfully takes second. Jang threw behind the runner at first. Beck, who just came in for the specific purpose of running, took off towards second. Howard could not get the throw to Ross in time, and Lake Forest has another runner in scoring position. That's swung on and missed as Schroll works her way back in the count now, 2-2. Beck is ready to run on second base. Chrisman doesn't have a hit yet today. She no doubt sees that insurance run sitting out there on second base and would love to change that right now. Schroll would love to keep them at bay. Here we go, the 2-2 pitch, taken low. The count runs full. Schroll now north of 60 pitches in relief in her college debut. The pitch. Skied again down the right field line in foul territory. No one's going to have a play on that one. It is up off the net, not a play. Great effort from the Cougar defensive players on the right side of the field to run that down. We have Nia DeGeorge now playing right field for the Cougars in place of Tierney. And the pitch. Ball 4 on the payoff pitch from Schroll. And here comes Coach O'Malley Fisher. Not sure if we're going to get a change here or if we just have a meeting. There doesn't appear to be a change coming. The outfielders convene right out here in front of me. The infielders meet on the mound with Coach O'Malley Fisher as they go over their best approach here to minimizing any possible damage. Cougars trail by just 2, but have only 6 outs left to play with. As the meeting breaks up, we're back to action. Schroll gets ready to who has been trouble so far today. 2 for 3. Though Schroll did strike her out in their last meeting. She'd love for some more of that here. Already ahead 0-1. Schroll comes set. She fires. Taken. That's a strike. 0-2. Very quickly. on the 2-hole hitter Mertz. Haley Boylan waits on deck. She was the main offensive catalyst for the Foresters in Game 1. And it looks like she'll be getting an opportunity here regardless. Strike 3 called. Mertz takes the last 2 pitches looking. She's down on strikes for the second out. And the aforementioned Boylan steps to the plate. As I said, she was the main catalyst on offense for the Foresters in Game 1. She stands in here with a chance to put some separation between them and the Cougars here in Game 2. Schroll looks to keep it a 2-run game and bring the Cougar bats back to the plate. She's got strike 1 on the outside corner. 3 straight looking strikes called for Schroll. Swung on and missed from Boylan. It's 0-2. Schroll, a great chance here to get out of this inning and put up another scoreless frame. Big pitch coming here, one of the biggest of the afternoon. The windup, the pitch, taken outside. We'll do this once more. 1-2, the pitch. Skied foul, out of play to the right side. Count remains 1-2. Again, one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon so far. Schroll versus Boylan, freshman versus senior. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Schroll's got another strikeout. This one perhaps her biggest of the day. Schroll avoids damage in the 6th. The Cougars are coming to bat looking for 2. We'll be back. Back here in the bottom of the 6th, the Cougars kept Lake Forest off the board in the top half, and they are looking now to chip into the lead as their outs remaining grow fewer and fewer. It's 9-hitter Sydney Sterrett to lead things off for the Cougars in the home half of the 6th. She will no doubt be looking to start a rally. She has reached base in both at-bats today with a walk and a single, and is quickly ahead 2-0 here. Hannah Smith still on the mound. Over 100 pitches in her collegiate debut for the Foresters. Sterrett knocks one to third, and what did I say last inning? The Cougars were due for one of those wonky hits where nobody's at to fall their way. Sterrett does just that to lead off this inning. She's aboard with a single. And the lineup rolls over to the top with Nikita Robbins. But not before a change will be made. I believe this is going to be a pitching change for the Foresters. Coach Kinsella is out there, and it will be a pitching change. Hannah Smith's day is over in her debut. She was solid for the Foresters. She is responsible for the runner on first, so we'll have her final stat line for you as soon as it's final. And as one freshman exits, another one enters. Brooke Chale, a freshman from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, takes over on the mound. We will be back from Rosemont. First pitch from Chale is fouled off. Top of the Cougars order up here. Chasing just two. Leadoff runner on base. You really cannot ask for much more if you are the Cougars in terms of an opportunity here to either tie this game, take the lead, or at the very least, chip away and cut it in half. Trailing by 2 with 6 outs to play with. The pitch. Swung on and driven to left center field. The left fielder is there. She'll pull it in, retire Robbins for the first out of the inning. I must admit that from my vantage point out here, some of the balls hit to the outfield appear to jump off the bat a little more than they probably actually do. I don't know if that has anything to do with the dome, standing directly in center field or what. But a harmless fly out from Robbins. Good contact. That brings up Ose. Chance here for the freshman to, at the very least, move Sterrett into scoring position. Becky Perrone waits on deck for the Cougars. Ose is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch in this game. As mentioned, I believe she was hit by one in the earlier game as well. So sort of a welcome to college baseball, or college softball rather. Two hit by pitches in her first day on the field. And we nearly had a third. As that just missed her foot, the count moves to a 1-1. That's outside, 2-1. That is up high. Now 3-1. A hitter's count for Ose. Going to look for something here she can pick out and hit hard. If not, she will settle for a walk and to put the go-ahead run at the plate. She represents the tying run. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Chale. That ball is driven to left center field. Oh, a nice jumping grab from the left fielder. A heck of a grab by Mertz in left field as that ball was heading for the wall. Ose was likely heading for second, and Sterrett likely heading for home if that ball were to get down. A potential game-saving grab from the Foresters left fielder. And now Perrone to try to keep this inning alive for the Cougars here in the home half of the sixth. High, directly off the dome, and foul. 1-1 count on the Cougar slugger. That's outside, 2-1. We saw Ose work ahead in the count and get a great pitch to hit. One that she drove. We'll see if Perrone can do the same here. Taken for a strike on the inside corner. It's 2-2. And a big pitch here. The pitch outside. 3-2. The count runs full. And the drama intensifies just a little bit. Perrone a chance here to bring the Cougars ever so closer to their first win of 2022 here on opening day. And Perrone smacks one deep center field. This is going to go. It's gone. We have a tie ball game. Becky Perrone, like she did so often last season, leaves the yard. Plays hero for the Cougars. They tie things up here in the sixth. Dead center. She didn't miss an ounce of that one. What a moment. 3-2 pitch. 2 outs in the sixth. Cougars trailing by 2. Becky Perrone delivers. It's a tie ball game, folks. Don't go anywhere. That ball landed about 5 feet away from me. And the Cougar fans out in center field loved every bit of it as Perrone ties the game. Unbelievable. And now we'll see how Haley Howard follows. Down to the count 0-1. Ripped down the line, just foul. Howard was just out ahead of that one. But now finds herself in the hole 0-2. That is a ball upstairs. And another ball upstairs. And Howard swings and misses strike 3. That ends the inning, but not before Becky Perrone delivers her first long ball of the season in a very big spot. A 2-run jack to tie things at 4. We go to the 7th. We're all knotted up in Rosemont. Back here for the 7th inning. As that ball is sky foul and out of play. Becky Perrone led all Cougars with 12 home runs a season ago. She is the first to leave the yard this year in what seemed like a very predictable outcome, though I am not sure many thought that it would come in as big of a spot as it did. She tied the game in the bottom of the 6th with a 2-run jack to dead center. Got every bit of it, and now Ashley Schroll, for the first time today, works in a tied ball game. Cougars got one back in the bottom of the 5th and got the other 2 back in the 6th to tie this game. We are in the 7th now. And Josie Klein deals with a 2-2 count. Schroll's pitch is in on the hands, chopped foul down the third base line. The pitch. Rope to center, that's a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Klein's got 2, she's thinking 3, she's going to have it. Good relay, but that ball was smoked and Klein was flying. Rolled all the way to the wall, and just like that, the Foresters have a leadoff triple here in the 7th. And that brings up Pelletier, who has had the Cougars number in the latter half of this doubleheader. She is 3 for 3 with a run and 2 RBIs. If there was ever a time to retire her, it would be here. She swings and misses at strike 1 from Schroll. The 0-1. Popped on the infield, just out of reach from Zhang, who had a very good pop time on that, threw the mask off, was nearly there. An 0-2 count regardless now, though, here in what would be a very big out to get against someone who was having themselves quite a game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A huge strikeout from Ashley Schroll. Pelletier is retired for the first time today, and it could not have come in a bigger spot. Still, though, the Cougars face a runner on third base and just 1 out. The infield is in. Collins steps to the plate. She is 1 for 3 today. She shows bunt, takes a strike. I believe they're going to throw down to third. They nearly had her. I thought they did. Klein dives back into third just ahead of the tag. It was a strike, however. An 0-1 count on Collins. And they're going to have to be careful on the base paths. Collins fouls this one off, now 0-2. As Coach O'Malley Fisher helps her catcher knock that ball off the top of the net. Schroll now retrieves it as she steps back into the circle. And up to the rubber now. Ready to deal her 0-2 offering to Collins. The pitch. Swung on and line foul just past first base. And we'll do it again. The Cougars trail 4-1 in this game. It is now 4-4 in the 7th thanks to some late inning heroics. The 0-2 was once again fouled away. Collins doing a good job of staying alive. Bliss waits on deck. And the go-ahead run is on third base. The 0-2 offering yet again. Chop to short. They're going to go home. Ross has a play. Safe. It was a clean play by Ross, a good throw to the plate, and a good tag by Jeng. It was just a better jump from third base as Lake Forest pulls back ahead here in the 7th. It was a good heads-up play. Ross was in, had a good reaction time to field a fairly hard-hit ball while playing shallow and make the throw. Not the result the Cougars were looking for, however, and that brings Bliss to the plate here, who rolls one to second. They're not going to get two, but they will get one. Collins moves to second on the ground out by Bliss, and it's and there are 2 outs here in the 7th. Ball one taken high by Kinsella, who was subbed out on the base paths in the top half of the 6th, but now finds herself back in the game batting. She'll take ball 2 inside. The count is 2-0. Jang, Schroll, and Ross are the scheduled hitters for the Cougars in the home half of the 7th. They hope to take their at-bats trailing by just 1, though Collins is out there on second base in scoring position with 2 outs. Kinsella works here. Ahead in the count 2-1. Schroll delivers, and it's 3-1. Longer game than the day's first one. That one concluded in just under 2 hours. We're at roughly 2.5 on this one, and that ball is grounded back to Schroll, who takes her time, fields her position, fires to Howard at first to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Cougars need 1. Back here for the bottom of the 7th, last chance for the Cougars. Trailing by 1. They were able to tie things in the bottom of the 6th thanks to a home run from Becky Perrone. They need just one here. It's Jang leading things off. She swings and misses there. The count is 1-1. Schroll is the scheduled on-deck hitter. This ball is looped down the right field line, foul. And Jang now behind in the count, 1-2. Cougars have not led in this game, but have done a good job answering Lake Forest runs to this point. And that's upstairs, 2-2. Answering here with one of their own would, I believe, send this game 2 extra innings. Grounded back to the pitcher, Chalet, who fields her position and throws out Jang for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Schroll, who has done the bulk of the pitching in this contest for the Cougars. Trying to do it now with her bat. The first pitch is fouled off to the right side. Schroll is a freshman playing in her first collegiate game. As I mentioned, she is a native of Tampa, Florida, attended Steinbrenner High School. And she can both pitch and play the outfield. Hence her bat in the lineup. She drops a bunt down. It's a pretty good one. Oh, they get her by a half a step. A nice play from the catcher, Bills, who fired a dart to first base. I thought most of the way down the line, Schroll was going to beat that one. But the Cougars now down to their final out in the presence of Carol Ross, who has 3 at-bats today and 3 walks. Comes up hacking here, though. Fouls that one off. It's 0-1. If Ross were to find a way to reach base again for the 4th time in this game, it would be Nia DeGeorge to come to bat for the Cougars. DeGeorge, it would be her first at-bat of this contest. She came in a few innings ago as a defensive replacement in right field. First is Ross, though. Dealing with a 1-1 count. Now 2-1. Hasn't chased all day. No reason to believe she would start doing that now. She is going to make them throw her strikes and see what happens. She gets hit, and she's on base with her 4th free pass of the game, though that one admittedly probably not as pleasant as the other ones, as that got her right on her ankle. Seems to be all right, though. Felt like an off-speed pitch. And that will bring in DeGeorge. Her first at-bat of this game, like I mentioned. She was 0 for 3 in the earlier game with a strikeout. And she would love her first hit of the 2022 campaign right here, right now. Ahead in the count, 1-0. The pitch. Taken outside, just outside. It's 2-0. She thought about it. I think the umpire did too. Not close enough. The 2-0 is upstairs. It's 3-0. Sydney Sterrett is on deck for the Cougars. She's 2 for 2 today. And nothing will happen here before another Lake Forest pitching change. This is their second pitching change of the day. as Chale's day is done, she is responsible for Ross on first base. And I believe DeGeorge if she walks because she left with a 3-0 count, but do not quote me on that. When we have the new Lake Forest pitcher is number 23, Megan Joyce. She is a senior. So after 2 freshmen worked all but 1 out needed to win this game for Lake Forest, they turned to the senior to come in and try to put the final stamp on it. So now we will see how the senior works with inheriting a 3-0 count, and it is a 4-pitch walk in the end. Runners now on first and second for Sydney Sterrett. Sterrett is 2 for 2 today. A third hit here would likely tie this ball game. She's been on base 3 times. Ross on second, DeGeorge on first. Ball 1 to Sterrett. Cougar dugout is loud behind their left fielder and senior Sydney Sterrett. She takes another ball. It's 2-0. Top of the order waits on deck. Sterrett pokes one to third. It's caught in foul territory to end the game. Cougars threaten but do not tie in the 7th. The Foresters take both sets of the doubleheader. This one, 5-4. It was a thrilling game, full of late-game heroics on both sides. The Cougars will take a couple days off and then begin their Florida trip. 8 games in 6 days for the Cougars down in Florida, beginning on Sunday, as they look for their first win of the season while down there. This will conclude our broadcast. Thanks to everyone who joined in. We look forward to many more CUC softball broadcasts this spring.